Walmart has literally crushed mom and pop's stores. They've crushed them years ago. It can't be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago. And now folks are saying, hey, payback's a bitch. But my question for you is, how do you feel about that? Do you feel as though Walmart destroyed mom and pops and now they're getting what they deserve? Or do you feel like mom and pops didn't evolve at the time at which Walmart rolled out, and now Walmart is facing a similar situation and either being crushed or refusing to evolve?
All right, so you got to look at it. It's business, right? That's what they say. It's business. It's nothing personal. That movie, You've Got Mail. Take him to the mattress. I think that's from. I think in the movie he said that's from The Godfather or something. You got to fight, for what you want. And if certain stores weren't able or willing to fight to stay in business, then unfortunately they didn't make it. Basically Walmart took them to the mattress and they won. But I don't feel like it's a now Walmart's getting what they deserve, because what happens is if when Walmart's closed, it hurts the people around them, because now there are no mom and pop stores for those people to go to when the Walmart in their area closes. You have to think there's a lot of places in these states that don't have anything besides a Walmart to go shop at for your food, for your necessities and everything else, without having to drive an hour or two away to get to something else. So for Walmart's to close is going to be detrimental to many, many people.
Now, you bring up a really good point, and I have some questions that I want to ask you about, specifically about replacements for Walmart.
Okay.
Food. Food is easy, I think.
Food is easy. Yes, food is easy. However, food at a lower price is not as easy.
Who, in your opinion, would be the best alternative to Walmart for food at a low price?
So here's the problem. Walmart is the only one still besides Publix that doesn't have some gimmicky card that you have to have in order to get a low price. Walmart's prices were Walmart's prices, or are Walmart's prices. They're not closed yet. And same thing with Publix, although they both run sales. Now, in order to get anything close to Walmart based off of the stores that we have seen throughout the country, I'm going to have to say probably either Fred Meyer or Kroger, which is the same. But in that one, you have to have the Kroger Plus card or you're paying stupid prices.
But at the same time, it's not hard to get a Kroger Plus card.
No, it's free to get one as of now. Now, listen, that's a completely different topic. But if Walmart were to, for some reason, go belly up or take away their brick and mortar stores, these places that have these loyalty cards may turn into the next Sam's Club and Costco's where you have to pay to have these loyalty cards.
And this Winn-Dixie, their prices on food is without the little membership thing.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It is beyond stupid, and I think that they suck.
All right, moving on to the next item.
Pissing me off early in the morning. Why would you?
Moving on to the next department.
Okay.
Electronics.
Electronics. So if you want electronics, you're down to Best Buy that I know of, and I think Fry's may still be in existence. There's no more Circuit City or anything like that. Even what was that one?
H.H. Gregg.
H.H. Gregg was up and then it went away.
Best Buy is changing their business model. They're going to be eliminating many, many stores. And
because they're going online as well.
So.
And we're talking about replacements in the brick and mortar industry, correct? Not the online versions?
Well, basically I don't care. The thing is, where are you going to go to buy these items?
Well, the problem is, like I said, the places that rely on the Walmart, because that's all they don't have the option of going to a Best Buy unless they literally go into a much bigger city. You got to think these rural, that's such a hard word to say, rural areas that we drove throughout the country, there was nothing. And even then, finding a Walmart was kind of like the oasis in the middle. Like, it was a lot of little grocery store, gas station, doctor combos, you know what I mean?
Where was that first place we stayed at in Mississippi?
Muzi Farms?
Yeah, what city was that?
Shaw, Mississippi. There was
that
nothing.
That Walmart looked like, or maybe it was somewhere else, but the Walmart literally looked like It looked like an old Family Dollar.
Oh, when we were on our way in, we were still probably about an hour out of where Muzi Farms was in Shaw, Mississippi, when we stopped at that Walmart. And that Walmart, though, was in the middle of this little half-mile section of a town that had all kinds of little fast food restaurants and stuff like that. But yeah, that Walmart was a smaller one.
So for the electronics, in my opinion, you're going electronics, unless it's something specific like an Apple product, you're going to go to the Apple store while they're still in existence. But if you need a TV or a computer or any other electronic device, a vacuum cleaner, you're probably going to be looking to order it online.
Through Amazon.
If Walmart's not around.
If Walmart brick and mortar goes away, yeah.
Well, although Walmart wants to build its presence online, if Walmart were to reduce its footprint, further reduce its inventory levels, reduce its workforce, which is already done, while also implementing this new AI and technology automation. Do you know Walmart has a robot that roams the aisles and scans the shelves? You know Walmart has a robot that does it?
I've never seen one of those.
It's got this long arm and it scans the shelves to the top so that it can tell basically the inventory system what slots are bare.
Where is this? Because I've never seen that.
I'll show it to you.
Oh, I know that, but I'm saying, what is it at a specific store? Like, is it a rollout at a specific store?
I don't know exactly what store, but I've seen it. I haven't seen it. I've just seen
thank you.
that it exists.
I was like, wait, what? We go to the stores together.
I didn't see the robot, but I've seen that
Okay.
it exists. I don't know which store it is. And they're going to continuously find new ways to replace the employees. But with that being said, it's going to come to a point at which they don't really need the stores. The stores will only be really, I bet you there could be a day where the stores turn into hubs that customers aren't allowed into, and they just
Drive pickup.
they're just distribution centers for the online orders.
Do you know what that'll mean? In hopes that if that happens, hopefully these local farmers, local butchers and things like that will really see a boom in business. Hopefully, because the whole reason I like to go to the grocery store, which I generally dislike going to the grocery store because everything's so flippin' expensive, but I like going in there to pick out my own fruits and vegetables and pick out my own things. I don't want the dented can, the crushed box, the crappy looking banana, the mangled up tomatoes. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to physically go in there and get it myself, which is also why I don't do the online ordering, because when I'm in these places shopping, I am watching the people that are doing the online ordering or picking up for the online orders, and they're doing 5 or 6 orders at once on these rolling carts. And depending on who it is, sometimes they're on their phone paying attention to what they're doing, and they're just picking and dropping is what I call it, the pluck and drop. And they're not really paying attention to a date. A lot of people worry about the dates. They're not paying attention to anything else, you know?
Guess who would be better at picking orders, multiple orders simultaneously with minimum errors?
A robot, but a robot also still won't know how to check for dents and crushes and bruises.
Oh, they'll train them. They'll program them.
Do you know how much money they're
code
spending to make robots that they could have spent to just employ some damn people?
Think about it. Automotive manufacturers did this years ago, and it allowed them to be more effective and efficient with people with them.
Yeah.
But it's an assembly line and these pneumatic arms and hands and tools. The people, it's almost like the robots run the people. The people don't run the robots.
Yeah.
But think about the stores. Perhaps maybe in the future, Walmart will divide the stores and the grocery side will exist. Possibly smaller, less than half the store.
They have one called Marketplace now.
No, but they'll take the stores that already exist that have grocery and home. Was it home?
Home, yeah.
Pharmacy.
Home goods,
Okay.
side, whatever.
So they'll slice it in half, but they'll really slice it into like a quarter. Grocery will be a quarter. 3/4 will be distribution hub for online orders.
So what happens to those Walmarts that also happen to have the mechanic part in there? You could go.
Well,
get
you're
your
jumping
tires.
ahead. You're
I'm
jumping
sorry.
ahead in the book.
Well, I can't see what you're doing. I'm on the other side of the table, sir.
Okay, let's go to that. Tires. Tires and automotive. That, to me, I think
That one's going to be the
you
easiest.
can still find an alternative outside of Walmart.
Yeah. I think there are more mechanics and places like that around than there are anything else, because that's what a lot of people are good at doing, because a lot of people are into cars and trucks and things like that. So a lot of guys and girls learn how to work on their own and then turn it into a business. So I think you're always going to have the ability to get your vehicle worked on or serviced. Now, I talked about this earlier, and again, this is not on your topic, but I don't care. As more EV things roll out, you're going to have less people who can work on gas and diesel powered vehicles, I bet.
It'll definitely make them. They'll be reduced. It'll slowly be reduced. They'll slowly increase in value as they remain, and it'll be like a craft trade that you'll hand down maybe to future generations if the future generations are paying attention.
Or give a crap.
Learn now. But
That
then
is true.
but then you got to think the supply chain. Let's just say this is part of the Great Reset, the supply chain. What if they pretty much try to eliminate the parts? So it's like, sure, internal combustion engines, you know, carbon dioxide emissions producing vehicles are fine. After a certain date, we're not going to sell them anymore. And you can still drive them. Oh,
By the
sorry.
way, we're going to not make any parts for
None
them
of the
anymore.
parts are available
Yeah.
to fix them.
Yeah. Oh, shucks. Yeah. I mean, that will, of course, be the next thing, because why would anybody make the parts when they can't sell them? Well, you'd still have a bunch of people still driving older vehicles, so I don't know. Maybe you'll have that black market person making the parts on the side and be like, hey,
So
over here.
Oh yeah, the eBay parts.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna jump ahead here. It says, I guess that Walmart isn't included in the Great Reset if Walmart could collapse.
Do you know why it's not?
Or are they? Or are they included in the Great Reset? And they're keeping all those billions of dollars that they made over the years, and they're slowly phasing out, and then not going to lose that money, and then turn around and
Do something else.
make more money online.
Yeah. I mean, that's possible, but also you got to think them being phased out is another way to keep people from being able to afford life.
What will happen to the communities where these giant Walmarts close?
And that's where everybody worked. That's where everybody shopped. That's where everybody.
It was an anchor for
Yeah.
the community.
I mean, just like in car places, areas in Detroit and places like that, when certain manufacturers went down or left,
Ghost towns.
Ghost towns.
So getting back to the list here, I'm gonna run down and you just answer real quick. Toys, bed and bath, garden, and if there's anything else I'm missing.
I mean, toys, bed and bath, I think of Target, because Target is like I'm going to call it a bougie Walmart. It has a lot of the same things, a lot of super Targets out there. They've got the groceries and things like that too. And a lot of their food things, depending, are more along Target, Walmart pricing than they are, Publix or any place like that. So I think Target would be your next option. And they've been putting in money to redesign their stores, so they definitely don't plan on closing anytime soon. They've been trying to make it way more confusing for you to shop in my opinion. So I think that would be the case. But the home and garden kind of thing, you've got Home Depot and you've got Lowe's and you've got Pike's Nursery that I know of. But those are really the only three that, for me, off the top of my head, unless you literally go to somebody who's growing these things and go, hey, can I have some cuttings, some seeds, some whatever else? And then it's person to person that helps you grow a garden.
Epic Economist has a video, or two videos, one of which says, titled, 20 Signs Walmart is Falling Apart Before Our Eyes.
Are you going to make me guess the 20 signs?
I haven't watched it, so I don't know all 20 signs, but I think that there is some merit to this. It may be like on the outside looking in, Walmart is falling apart, but from the inside, Walmart knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, Walmart from the inside is restructuring in a way that probably makes them more money in the long run and makes it so that they are able to, we're looking at them as falling apart when technically they're probably the ones ahead of the curve.
Think about it. What would be a better time to quote unquote fall apart than a recession? A recession and a time at which the government would allow bail-ins so that Walmart could theoretically collapse, restructure, retain as much profit as possible, and then just flip a switch and be online. It's not at a time in which business is booming
Yeah.
and they're going to miss out on great opportunities.
Yeah.
It's a time where business is slowing down. This is the time to retool. Despite the videos out there, which I really hope that you touch on later today, about people shopping at Walmart
Oh, yeah.
for Christmas specials, early Christmas deals.
No, I got that.
Oh, my
I got that
goodness.
undercover later.
Oh my God.
Or covered later.
But then also Epic Economist has a video titled 20 Signs That Target Could Be Falling Apart Even Faster Than Walmart.
Nah, so I mean, I understand why on that one, and I think that's because Target's trying to figure out how to be more. They're thinking that all the self checkouts are going to make people happier. It's more what people want, but I think they're starting to see backlash because even our Target, in the beginning, when we moved here, I would go and there'd be one cashier and there would be this long friggin' line for self-checkout and people grumbled. And now when we go over there, there's 4 or 5 cashiers and a very, very small line for such self-checkout because people are going to the actual cashiers again. And it's not holiday season yet, so there's no real reason to have that many employees there unless they are understanding that their consumers do not want to check themselves out. And it could be a price point thing. Look, this may sound some type of way, but it may be a price point thing. They're like, listen, people spend more money at Target. Things cost more at Target. So we probably should do the things that our customers want, which is have actual people in there to help them, versus Walmart, where they're like, hey, they don't spend as much money. These are lower priced items, whatever else. So we're going to do what's easier for us and makes us most money. And that's the self-checkouts.
Now, it's not holiday season yet, but these retailers are rolling out holiday items, deals and specials and promotions ahead of schedule because I think, one, they got the inventory that showed up that they were waiting on years ago. It showed up in the middle of the summer, and now they're like, we got to get rid of it. And two, they're desperate.
And they're scared that if they wait too long, people aren't going to spend their money. So
No,
they
if
want to
they
get
wait
it now.
too long, they'll spend it somewhere else. They'll spend it somewhere else.
Like
So
on bills?
or anything. Who
Yeah.
knows? You
Yeah.
know, odds are a lot of folks are probably spending their money on necessities and bills, and then there's still probably a large portion of people out there wasting their money on crap
I agree.
that they can't afford and they don't need. I mean, there's still people having conversations about what am I going to get these kids for Christmas?
Well, I understand that conversation completely because I have a kid and I understand that one.
Yeah, but I think that these conversations are coming from an angle of trying to overdo it and one up themselves
Oh,
at a time when that is not a priority. These kids would be far better suited to have parents focusing on making sure that they are financially sound than making sure they got a bunch of crap to unwrap on Christmas morning that's going to get tossed to the side the day after Christmas.
yeah. I actually plan on talking about that later, so I'm not going to do that with you right now.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, if this is true, if Walmart's falling apart, if Target's falling apart, a lot of employees are going to be crushed, and support other industries that support these businesses will be crushed too.
I wonder, does Walmart do like layoff packages? Do you know what I mean? Like bigger corporations, a lot of times if they have to lay you off for a reason, they give you some sort of severance pay, some sort of something or other, or job placement help, job replacement help, where they, try to get you into where you were. Like if certain stores close, they try to move you over to somewhere else. I read an article about CVS couple weeks ago, and they were closing I think 900 stores out of 10,000, but for those employees of the stores that were closing, they were going to relocate them to a different CVS if possible. I wonder if Walmart has something like that.
I think that's a good thing to say for a press release, to save face.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, if they're already fully staffed, how are you going to move them over there unless you're just going to take somebody else's job away?
Granted, if anyone watching, listening is aware, works for Walmart, did work for Walmart or any other big major retailer, and has any information to share, we would really would appreciate it. Target, thinking back on what you said about Target, maybe Target looked at it and says, look, we tried about 6 months. We tried to pull back, reduce our workforce, increase self-checkouts, and where did it get us?
Less profit, less sales, bad reviews. things like that.
So now they're like, they're paying attention. They're trying to get some form of grasp, keep their finger on the pulse of this economy and the consumer shopping habits and or abilities. And maybe they're saying, all right, that didn't work. Let's try something different. But I think what's crazy is that there's so many things going on and so many things happening at one time that are impacting and affecting people's ability to buy and spend, while also making it more expensive for businesses to run and operate. Higher interest rates from the Fed affect businesses because they have loans too. They borrow money too. Their inventory costs them money sitting on the shelves. And I think there's just so many different things going on. It's like, it's like if you let Max outside and there's another dog and there's a person and there's a landscaper and there's a squirrel.
He doesn't know what to look at. That's my brain on a daily basis. Welcome to my life. I don't know where to go. I'm ping pong all over the place like a squirrel.
And on that bombshell, check out this video here and this one too. Subscribe to this channel, Kevin. Subscribe to Squirrel Tribe. Please like, comment, share, turn on notifications, all the above. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.